So yesterday I was doing a video. I can't believe we got it done. I came up, I was rendering it, and there's a knock at the door. 98 degrees, there's a knock at the door. Hey, I got a load of wood chips. And boy, did he. And this was a surprise. We weren't asking for it or anything. Apparently, Gary had met the guy. He said to Gary, you know, I get wood chips. They were talking. He said, if you ever are in the area and you do some trees, drop them off. And here is Gary. When did you talk to the guy? You met this guy?
I
Hi,
met
it's Robbie from Southern California and Gary. Wave.
I, I met him about a week or two ago. So he's coming around the neighbourhood dropping off flyers. So I asked him while he was here.
Wow, this saved him like probably over $100 now to go to the
Yeah,
dump.
definitely.
So what do you know what you have here? I
I've,
mean,
I've got a basic idea. I'm looking at their workflow. So this was at the back of the truck.
mhm.
So when they start working, they load the small branches, they chip it, load the small branches and leaves into the back. And this is a lot of this is leaves. And that's already started to break down. So I'm not sure how many days they were working, but this will be for the garden. I'm not sure what species some of this is. That almost looks like carrot wood, which we've got carrot wood trees here. And that could be avocado or something else. I'm not sure. So at the back here, back of the truck, there's leafy material. And heading this way is trunks and larger limbs. So some of this is California pepper, like the tree over there, and some of it's eucalyptus, which is okay. Within a couple of weeks, anything negative in the chips will have broken down significantly, and this is going by the research that I've done, university research. By 6 months, you won't be able to detect any toxins or negative plant material in it. So this can be used on top of your garden.
In other words, any of this type of wood from trees goes back to the earth and breaks
It
down.
goes back to the earth. Otherwise, we'd only have forests of single species trees.
Good
Other,
point.
so anything breaks down. Everything breaks down and returns to nature.
Now you have had eucalyptus before, and you're using that in your garden with your bananas and everything
I've
growing,
had
right?
eucalyptus before. I've used eucalyptus mulch in Australia 30 plus years ago, just as a top layer.
And walnut?
Walnut, I've had walnut delivered as well. That's kind of somewhat rare, except we do get black walnut here from time to time.
Wow. This is going to take a while. They dumped it on my wood chips that had already broke down. It's underneath.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to work from this end first, and this, it's nice, chunky. He told me he's got a new sharpened blade, and it's throwing really nice small wood chips. There's a couple of larger pieces in, but for this material, I'm going to use it for walkways, and like it is here, I'm going to go around, and where it's bare here, I'll cover this again just to keep building it up, and this will be good for driving on too. So we park our cars on top of this material, gets rid of the mud. So I'm happy with this load because I've got a combination of both.
Oh, that is one thing. Living here all these years with this clay soil, after any rain, your shoes get this 2 inches, 3 inches of thick clay stuck to them. And once you lay the wood chips down, that all ended.
Yeah, you can see a few spots like over there where you can see the bedrock and the clay soil that we have, but that'll be covered. And come this winter, we should be good to go.
Last night, it was hot and had the windows and everything open. After you went to sleep, because I'm up late, boy, you could smell it, and it smelled so good. You could smell this. It really carries.
When I got up this morning, that's the first thing I noticed. I love the smell of wood chips in the morning. Like It's just got that sort of natural sort of forest smell to it.
Wow, this was a big load. And he didn't have a super big truck like you used to get.
No, he had a fairly small truck and it was packed. He definitely filled it. And
Now, oh, I'm
go on.
sorry. No, go ahead.
And of course, when I work with it, move it, I always wear a face mask and often gloves. You don't want to be breathing this in.
Plus, there's times you might find broken glass or a piece of plastic, depending on what they were eating and drinking as they were working, and they
Yeah,
throw it in that truck.
because a lot of the tree trimmers, they like to clean the area, make sure the area is clean, and sometimes you do get debris like pieces of glass, paper, different things.
Wow. And there's quicker ways if you were going to use it, let's say next year or next season, spring, to break it down, right? You can
But
pile it wet. Oh, that's what you were
that's
going to.
correct. So over here, I've got one of my composting bins.
He's getting ready to move it, or some of it. That's how he moves it to his garden with trash cans. He puts it in the back of his truck.
So these are chips that I used. I used my own wood chipper. I've got a small wood chipper myself. But I put it in baskets like this with cardboard because we're in an arid environment. This keeps it moisture. It's easier to keep it more moist, keeps it contained and kind of tidy. I think this looks a lot tidier than just having piles sitting around.
Plus, it breaks down. You can just release it, right? If you want to get to it.
When I need to get to it, I can just unclip this, release it. I had it full to the top and it's already sunk about 9 inches. And that tells me it's breaking down.
And water breaks it.
And water. You need to keep it well hydrated. Water, the microbes need the water to live, and as long as you keep it well watered, it will break down quicker.
I'm just looking at the pomegranate tree. I don't think that little pomegranate tree, I don't know, it could be age, had pomegranates last year, but this was helpful because anything on the bottom will already be broke down on the very bottom, right?
That's right. It's already starting to break down on the bottom, and by watering this, the nutrients are leaching out the bottom and feeding the pomegranate tree. So I like putting my baskets next to trees.
There's your other basket, all gone. For 2 years, or almost 2 years, a lot of seasons, I had all that Swiss chard just growing in the wood chips and the weeds. It was mainly that was weeds, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was mainly weeds.
But that's the skeleton of what you
And
put
again,
together.
I had cardboard, which is free, around the outside to there, filled it up, and as it dropped, I removed the cardboard and Swiss chard germinated in it. So I left that.
Beautiful. And then right now to use, you could put around trees, correct?
Yeah,
Immediately.
any of this I can put around trees. I don't know if you can see it on film, but it's
Oh, I'm going to
steaming.
go look at that. And then I can use it right now on top of any of my totes if I wanted to, the leaves or anything, right?
Yeah, I would, perhaps it's been sitting in the truck a little while already, but I would cautiously add some to the top.
Okay. All right, because I know that I've taken it handfuls of, and just to the top, not any place else, and just add it on to use as a mulch. I'm only using it as
As
a
a
mulch.
surface mulch, yeah. Later on, a couple of years down the road, then I mix it in with the soil.
Oh, you wait a couple years. I don't wait. I don't know if the camera will pick up the steam, but it's steaming. I don't think it can. I mean, I'm going to try to zoom in and see, but it is steaming. And that's what makes it smell good. The wind is coming up the canyon behind you, and so it's the breeze is coming right at my face, and it smells incredible.
Now, I like keeping a pile this size. It's not too big. And what we see and call steam is actually water vapor. So it's not really steaming. Some people think it's smoking, but it's actually the water vapor is just hot enough to come out. On a really cold morning, it's very noticeable.
Well, I know what I've used this before. I could actually load this up somewhere in a container. Then let me go back out. And then I can put pots on top of that, and that keeps it warm even in the winter if the container's big enough,
Yeah, you can use it
just slightly warm.
to create hotbeds.
Oh my goodness, it smells good. All right, so right now I see the trash cans. You're going to grab some to bring in your garden, or what are you,
Well,
where are you
the
moving it?
these are mainly to get access to the walkway between, the other side of the house. So I will be bringing my wheelbarrow up, my large wheelbarrow, and I can move it around either with the wheelbarrow or the trash cans.
I'll let you get to work and do what you have to do. That was a different surprise. We were doing your video in your garden. Had he come when we were down there, because it's down in like a gully, I would never have known. I don't know what he would have done. He
Yeah,
didn't have our phone number at the time. All right, so thanks for giving me a few moments because I know you came out here to work. Um, so as you know now, it doesn't matter if you get wood chips delivered for free. What it is, just let it sit and break down. And then as time goes on, what I usually do is push the wood chips over. You got to make sure you water it. And then grab from the bottom where it's broke down, and you can mix it in with different things after just a couple months. But you want to get from the very bottom where it's breaking down. You'll find earthworms will gravitate to it
yeah, earthworms within a month or so, you will start to find earthworms
at the
at
base.
the base. So it'll break down at the base first, especially if it's in contact with the soil.
I'm probably going to load up a lot of containers whatever I think I may grow, and then just put in some leaves and stuff, green leaves, and just water it and forget about it until spring. A lot of it might be broke down in smaller containers that way. I've done it, so we'll see. Anything else you have to say?
Oh, just one last thing. I'm also setting up new totes. So I put this in the bottom of my new totes.
Okay, so you use this right now on the bottom of the totes.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I think I was trying to get to before because I've used it. You said to wait a year or two, but on the bottom it will break down right away and it won't affect the top.
by the time the roots get down that far, if they even travel down to the bottom, it will already have broken down enough that it's not going to harm the plant.
Okay. And that's what I was thinking. Start loading up some totes or containers. You can do buckets, raised bed if you got big raised beds, because boy, it would cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to fill a big raised bed. And then by the time you get to it, let's say in the spring, this will be like halfway down, won't it?
It will be. And
Then you then you can put your soil or whatever you want on the top.
by putting this on the bottom and you have your soil above it, this isn't going to affect the nitrogen cycle. People think this is going to rob nitrogen from the soil, and just from 10 years experience, I haven't noticed any difference.
As long as you don't mix it early
As long
on.
as you don't mix it early on, yes.
Okay. Well, I think I've answered here, or Gary's answered a lot of questions that we get on wood chips. He's excited. He's got his big pile that was unexpected, and at least two different types of trees. I remember they said pepper. You said pepper and eucalyptus. There might be some avocado in here or whatever else they chopped up. One last question before we go. So even if it was oleander, which it is not, which is a very toxic plant, how long do you have to wait for oleander?
It's basically the same for pretty much every plant, whether it's oleander, walnut, or oak, or anything that may have negative effects on plants.
So basically, once the tree is chopped down and gone, it's not feeding that toxic toxins into it. It's gone. It
Yeah,
just starts to break down.
well, a living tree produces those compounds to protect itself from other plants, basically. Once its life is ended, it's no longer necessary.
Okay, I guess that's it. That's what made our orange trees grow really big. You got a load of wood chips, you had to get rid of it. You put it
Yeah.
under the orange trees.
And the tree guy said the same thing. He puts it under his oranges and his apples, and and he just said his plants just do really well with it.
the apples here need. I know that they're grown from seed, but maybe when you're shoveling them around, just load it under the apples and maybe we'll finally get some apples to see if they're any good.
Yeah.
Because they're quite a few years old. That'll be good for those. That'll be good wherever you want to put it. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I hope we answered a lot of questions. If not, go ahead and ask Gary on wood chips and
Yeah.
take it away.
Okay. Well, with that, thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment. And if you want to subscribe to our channel, we appreciate that too. So with that, thanks a lot. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And bye for now.
Bye-bye. Cool. I've got to go do a video. Okay? Okay? I'll be right back. Just what you can't go. You can't. There's coyotes. You can't.